Hello. Hi. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great. You're doing great. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope your wave life you I made music now. I'm doing, I put out 7 songs this past Friday. So the link is in the description if you want to check that out. I would really appreciate anyone who checks out the music. Yeah, it's great music. And it means a lot if you check it out. So the link is in the description. If you want to check out what I dropped this past Friday, let me know your favorite song. I wanted to provide an update on the Drizzy Kendrick situation. Yesterday, Drizzy's house got shot up. Well, his security guard in the front gate got shot. There was a drive-by. It's gone there. But people were worried that, because rap beefs have a history of escalating towards violence. People were worried that it happened. We're officially there now. Well, here's what I say. There's no evidence that Kendrick was directly involved. More than likely what happened is some Kendrick fans, this is why I say Kendrick fans are the worst. Kendrick has a worst fan base. His fan base is worse than Tyler the Creator's. If you know, you know. Tyler the Creator fans have a reputation for being some of the most insufferable, just annoying groups of people on the planet. Like Tyler's fan base is crazy. I remember Tyler invited Drake to perform at one of his festivals, Camp Flogno, whatever. And the fan base, they wanted Frank Ocean. They thought because Tyler said, I've got a surprise guest. So they thought it was going to be Frank Ocean. Then it turned out to be Drake, the biggest artist at the time in the world. And when they realized it wasn't Frank Ocean, they started booing. And Tyler was like, what the fuck? He was so embarrassed because obviously you're paying these people to be here. Like you're paying Drake and all the artists that are performing at your festival to be there. And you're hoping they'll be received warmly so they can come back. And then your fans embarrass you. Like absolutely embarrassed. And the analogy he gave, this is what Tyler said. It's like if you have a dog at home and then you bring guests over and then the dog pees on the guest's leg. As an owner, you'd be so embarrassed. So yeah, he is comparing his fans to dogs. But bro, that's how they were behaving. They're behaving like animals, bro. Like so ungrateful. But from what I heard, because people were posting about the event afterwards, they were saying like most of us were having a good time when Drake was performing because he performed a good number of songs before people just booed him off of the stage. What the people that attended were saying was like, most of us were having a great time, but it was the people at the front they're at the front, so they're the loudest. So he's just hearing the people at the front just booing, going crazy, and he's like, I don't have to put up with this. So he left. But yeah, it's a bad look. So people just know that Tyler the Creator fans are just, they're some of the most, he has one of the most toxic, annoying fan bases in the world. He said it himself. He said that he went onto because there's a Discord server for Tyler the Creator fans. He said that he went on it once just to see what was going on, and he said he did not approve of what he saw there. He said, y'all are weird. So this is Tyler the Creator saying himself that my fan base is yeah, something else. Kendrick has a worse fan base than Tyler the Creator fans. Bro, Kendrick fans are something else, man. Like they're crazy. And that this whole beef has revealed that, like, bro, this guy's fan base, they're just so delusional and biased and unfair, and they can't just acknowledge reality and give credit where credit's due. When Drake's house got shot up, when the security guard got shot and he was in critical condition, he had to be taken to a hospital and be given surgery and stuff. The fans were celebrating. They were saying, "Oh wow, yeah, yeah." Some were saying that Drake staged the whole thing himself. That he shot his own security guard to get out of the beef and say, "Look, Kendrick is shooting us now. I don't want to beef anymore." Which is not what happened at all. He didn't issue any statement. Like, he hasn't said anything about it. Yeah, it's such a ridiculous angle. So they were genuinely celebrating, and if they weren't celebrating, they were saying that it's Drake is responsible for it. He did this himself, and yada yada yada. And Kendrick fans are vandalizing OVO stores, like they're painting on the windows saying they're not like us. So these people are rabid, bro. They're out of control. This is his fan base. I'm hoping that Drake fans are more composed. I'm not part of I'm not part of any online communities. I don't really have any way to gauge what's going on except the stuff that makes the news and then stuff I see in like certain comment sections and so on and so forth. So I'm not sure how Drake fans move. I don't think we have a reputation for doing stuff like that. That's crazy. I know, like with Joe Budden, there was an incident where I think some Drake fans went to his house and no, they didn't go to his house. I think they saw him on the street somewhere and hurled insults at him, and he chased them down the street or something. Yeah, I don't know. So there are always crazy fans out there. Like, there are always people who do things they shouldn't be doing. But generally speaking, Drake fans don't have a reputation like that. Whereas, bro, oh my god, these Kendrick fans, man. How are you celebrating such a terrible thing? Anyway, it is what it is. So the bodyguard got shot up. Apparently, he was supposed to drop yesterday. That's what the sources close to him are saying. Well, actually, what they're saying is one of the two was supposed to drop. Either Kendrick or Drake was going to drop yesterday. But then the incident happened and they didn't drop. And that's on good information. I think it was DJ Academics, who's very close to the... He's very connected. He's got a lot of industry connections, so he's a good authority on these issues, and you can trust his information. He's been, especially with this whole beef, he's been very on the nose with a lot of the stuff, and he's been getting exclusives, and yeah, so yeah, he's the biggest media head in music right now, really, in rap music specifically. So apparently one of the two, either Kendrick or Drake, was supposed to drop yesterday, but then the shooting happened and that got delayed. I think it was going to be Drake. I think Drake was supposed to drop something. Could have been Kendrick, because Drake already dropped the Hard Part 6, so Kendrick might have been planning to respond, but maybe he thought it wasn't appropriate after the shooting. I don't think he cares. I don't think he's that respectful. I think he would have dropped anyway to add insult to injury. Yeah, it would have just been a bad look, because it would have been a bad look for Drake, because his bodyguard gets shot, one of his stores gets vandalized, and then Kendrick drops another song dissing you, calling you all sorts of terrible things. Yeah, I think it would have really... So I don't think he would have postponed dropping to spare Drake. Especially when he's shown that he's willing to go as far as calling him a pedo, which is just foul. I just feel like there's certain things that are not befitting of a man. You shouldn't be willing to cross certain lines. Calling another man, you should know what that does to a man's life when you stick such a nasty label on him without evidence. Ah, man. Anyway, let's not go down that road again. So it's hard to gauge who's ahead, like who is the crowd aligning with. I'm not sure because XXL released a poll recently. 460 something thousand votes. They asked who's winning, Drake or Kendrick. Most people voted Drake. They voted 50-60% in favor of Drake. But then Kendrick is winning the numbers game because Not Like Us recently broke the record for most first day streams for a hip hop song in history. And the previous record holder was Drake with the song Girls on Girls, which is, it's unfortunate that that was the song that helped the record because out of all these songs, it's unfortunate that that's the one that, it's Girls on Girls. It's not, it's not a good look. It's a corny song, but just lesbians. Meanwhile, Kendrick is breaking a record with Not Like Us, which is this, this greasy diss track. So, yeah. Anyway, I say anyway a lot. I need to stop saying that. So Kendrick is winning the numbers game. Which Drake is known for the numbers. So it's not a good look when Kendrick is winning on the numbers front. That's why I was saying, like, I'm not satisfied with Drake ending this whole thing with the Hard Part 6. I think it was necessary. He denies the allegations. You're a pedo. He said, no, stop it, I'm not. He actually went, the hypocrisy of Kendrick fans. These Kendrick fans blow my mind. The hypocrisy. So Kendrick on Meet the Grahams, you're saying, like, you're addressing Drake's mom and Drake's dad and saying, I hope your son dies. I hate him. He's a terrible person. I hope he dies. This is what you're saying in the song. Like, that's crazy. He's wishing death upon this man while addressing the person's parents. And he's also talking to his son. You're also talking to Drake's, how old is Adonis? Like 5 years old, 6 years old. Saying the same thing, saying crazy things about Drake to his son, and talking about how, your mom's a porn star, yada yada yada. Don't be like your father who was messing with porn stars. You shouldn't mess with porn stars. I'm like, you're talking to a kid, bro. That's crazy. So Kendrick fans had no issue with that. They had zero issue with that. Now Drake talks about, why are you so obsessed with this pedo angle? You keep calling me this thing. It's not true. But I remember, and there was a song which you talked about being molested. Maybe this is about trauma for you, and you're just venting your frustrations, and you're getting at me because of your own unhealed trauma, and yada yada yada. I actually feel bad for you. I almost don't want to diss you anymore. Then the Kendrick fans are, God, you can't say that. You're shaming a person for this. I'm like, you people are just these people are insane, bro. These people are the worst. So it was okay when he was telling his child, his father, his mother, I hope this guy dies. When he's saying that to his son, when he's saying that to his mother, when he's saying that to his father, I hope Drake dies. He's a piece of trash, yada, all this sort of stuff. But when Drake just says, you keep calling me a pedo because you were molested as a child, and you need to deal with that. You need to sort that out and stop taking that on me. When Drake says that, now he's this terrible villain, and that song got an unbelievable amount of dislikes. I think it got like 600 and something thousand likes and 900 something thousand dislikes, which is in my mind, I'm like, what's happening right now? It seems like everyone's just turning against it. Everyone's just turning against Drizzy. It's a mess, bro. So that's why I say it's hard to gauge whose side the crowd is on, because that XXL poll, he won that. And there are two camps. Some saying Drake's ahead. Is Drake ahead logically? The only reason I'm hesitant to say he's ahead is because Not Like Us is doing so well streaming wise. It's the biggest song out right now. So it's hard to say Drake is winning the beef when he doesn't have the biggest diss track circulating. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying he can't end with the hard part six. It's not. You have to drop something else, bro, and in a timely fashion too. Because the longer you wait, the more momentum Not Like Us gets, and it could become a serious problem for you. You don't want a song like that that's calling you a pedo and all these sorts of things. You don't want that song charting and doing crazy numbers and being circulated across, everywhere. I live in South Africa. I'm hearing my neighbors playing this song, bro. That's how big of a song it is. That's a problem. So Drake needs to do something about that. He needs to drop a bigger song. He's known as the hitmaker. He has the most number ones. He's tied Michael Jackson for the most number ones in history, and he has the most Hot 100 hits in history of any artist. So he literally has the most hits of any artist, not just rapper, but any artist in history. He's known as the hit maker, so you need to make a hit. You need to make a song that absolutely destroys Not Like Us on the charts. Take back your record of most first day streams for a rap song in history. Take that back with this next diss track. It's not enough. You can't end with the hard part six. You need to drop a nuke. And I think he was gonna drop yesterday. It's not confirmed. It was either Kendrick or Drake that was gonna drop, but I think it was Drake who was gonna drop yesterday. So I think he has something. It better be devastating. It has to be like a nuclear missile. But there's some suspicious things happening on Kendrick's side. Things don't seem. It seems like there's trouble in paradise. His alleged wife. I say alleged because according to Drake, they never got married. They got engaged in 2015, but they never had a wedding. That's what Drake says. Who knows if that's true? So I'm gonna say alleged wife. She unfollowed her brother. She doesn't follow Kendrick. People say she unfollowed Kendrick, but other people say she never followed him in the first place. I'm like, how would you know that? Because Instagram doesn't give you a following history. So these people that say she never followed him in the first place, I'm like, you don't know that. She might have unfollowed him for real. But the point is she's not following Kendrick, but she's following Dave Free, who Drake says is the real father of Kendrick's children, because Kendrick has children, and for the longest time everyone thought those kids were his. But then Drake revealed a very interesting information that the kids everyone thinks, well, one of the kids that everyone thinks belongs to Kendrick is actually the child of his best friend and business partner Dave Free, which is unbelievable. Imagine your best friend impregnating your wife, bro, while you're with her, while you're married, allegedly married. Your best friend impregnates your alleged wife. That's crazy. There was a bar Drake had in the hard part six. He said, talk about breeding resentment. Talk about breeding resentment, bro. Facts. And Drake said, you haven't seen your kids in 6 months. Because Kendrick's whole angle has been like, Drake, you're a bad father. You're this, you're that. You don't take care of your kid. And which is such a piece of nonsense. Because if you follow Drake on Insta, he's always posting his son, dude. He's clearly a proud father. He's always posting his son. He had an interview with his son in it. Watch the interview with I think it's Caleb Presley, Barstool Sports. Watch that interview with his son, and then tell me that that's not a father that loves his child. And he featured his son on his album. His album art is a picture that his son drew. So this narrative Kendrick keeps putting forth that Drake is not there for you, so you don't care. It's like, where do you get what? If there's no evidence for anything he's saying, like none of what he's saying is backed by evidence. It's crazy. Meanwhile, so Drake is alleging that Kendrick hasn't seen his child in 6 months. His children, all if we to go on Drake's word, one of the children is not his, but we'll just say his children. Drake saying he hasn't seen his kids for 6 months. So who's the deadbeat here? You haven't seen your kids for 6 months, bro, but you're calling another man a deadbeat who's regularly there's video and photo evidence that he's regularly spending time with his kid and he loves his kid. We never see anything of Kendrick with his kids, like, at all. Who's the deadbeat? It's insane. And she unfollowed her brother. Her brother is actually, I think he's like a producer or something. Interestingly enough, his name is Taylor Made. His artist name is Taylor Made because Drake had the Taylor Made freestyle. So people are like, oh, wait a second. He was incorporating her brother into that somehow. I'm not sure what the connection there is, but his name is Taylor Made. He's that's the moniker he goes by. Whitney is Kendrick's wife's name. Whitney's brother's name is Taylor, and his moniker is Taylor Made. And Drake had a song called Taylor Made Freestyle, which is dissing Kendrick. So I'm not sure what the connection there is. I don't know why he's mentioning Whitney's brother, but maybe I'll figure it out later. But she unfollowed her own brother recently, like very recently. So people are like, what's going on? So there's trouble in paradise on the Kendrick side of things. And again, guys, the thing that baffles me, that puzzles me about this whole thing, and the reason why I think Drake's claims have more weight to them than Kendrick's claims do, is because Whitney is not denying anything Drake is saying at all. Dave Free, Kendrick's business partner and friend, is not denying these allegations. Whitney has a brother. He's not denying. No one in Kendrick's camp has come forth and said this is not true. No one. Kendrick himself hasn't issued any sort of statement in this matter. And what's going on? Why is it so hard for these people to just be like, he's lying? He's lying. It means there's something fishy going on there. There's definitely, it's not nothing. Because you can't go this long with keeping quiet, bro. It's insane. It's too damaging. Because the more time that goes on with them just not addressing it, the more people start to think like, yeah, maybe he's onto something. We'll see. The truth always comes out, man. Speaking of the truth always coming out, in another twist of events, Metro Boomin. So he's the producer who produced the song Like That, which is the song that started all of this. With Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick, the song that Kendrick dissed Drake on, and then that made Drake release Push-Ups, and then that's how the battle started. So Metro Boomin, that producer, he's also been one of the people orchestrating this whole thing, this attack against Drizzy. And he's been very loud on Twitter, saying all sorts of stuff about Drake and whatnot. He's now being exposed because he had old tweets from when he was 18, 19, and through his 20s. So this is like from 2010 and onwards, I guess. 2011 and onwards. Where he's talking kind of crazy. He's saying very insane things about young girls. He's talking about how... This is what he's saying in his tweets. So, you can go look at it. They're calling him Metro Grooming. His name is Metro Boomin. They're calling him Metro Grooming because, yikes, he's talking about how he drugs young girls and then passes them around to his friends like they have sex. Like he gives a girl Molly, which is a drug, and then they have sex with the girl. Like, I'm talking about young girls. He said this in himself, and he's talking about, there was that one tweet where he's like, all this loose teenage vagina, and you're going for grannies instead. What's wrong with y'all? Which he said that, and there was this exchange he had with a 13-year-old girl. He was asking her to join his Snapchat group or whatnot, and whatever. They were having this back and forth that seemed kind of flirty as well. I'm like, and she's 13. I'm like, what's going on here? And what else? It was like 40 tweets from like 2011 and onwards that are damning, like bad stuff. But no one is really addressing that. People are kind of like looking the other way and acting like that's not a thing. Kendrick fans specifically, because it's not convenient for the narrative, right? Because Drake's supposed to be the pedo. Meanwhile, with Drizzy, I've posted this before, but on my community tab, Millie Bobby Brown, because he's in trouble because he was texting Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish when they were teenagers. But they've come forward. They came forward like a while ago, like 2018, 2019, when that was a whole issue, when the issue started back then, and they said, oh, like, we're new to fame, we just got into this industry. He was just texting us, giving us advice. We've got other people in our phone doing the exact same thing. People are giving us advice. Yeah, some of them are adults, and people are saying Drake is creepy because of. So he's the pedo because of that. So that's nonsense. Obviously, for anyone who's honest and genuine, you can see how that doesn't make any sense. Especially when the girls themselves are saying like, leave him alone. You people are weird. Stop trying to make big things up. Stop trying to make big issues out of small ones. It's not an issue at all, really. So there's that. But then there's also an incident in 2010. There was also an incident in 2010. In 2010, Drake was performing, and his entourage picked a girl from the crowd to join him on stage. That was part of his show at the time. He would just get random girls on stage, and he danced with her, he caressed her, and then he kissed her. Well, he caressed her, then he asked her, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 17. He's like, oh no. But then he still kissed her anyway. So that was an L, I'll admit that. But he was 23 at the time, in 2010. So, is it a good look? No. Is it this big scandal? This Jeffrey Epstein level? No. And the girl herself, like yesterday or something, so that girl from 2010, she's 31 now. She's come forward and said, can y'all please just let it go? I'm tired of hearing about this. It's not that deep. I'm 31 now. I'm studying for my exam in law school. It wasn't a problem then, and it's not a problem now. That's what she said. Because, yeah, obviously in 2010, people were not as sensitive or fake woke. So no one cared back then. He was 23, she was 17. It's not that big of a gap. Especially considering that she's 17, she's almost 18. It's like, should he be doing that? No. But is it this crazy scandal? No. Guys, there's gradations of bad behavior. Some things are worse than others. Not everything is the same. People treat. So, you can't treat everything the same. You have to obviously understand that there are scales. And some behaviors, all they really get you is a bad look, and don't do that again. And then some things, you get registered on the sex offender list, for example. That's not a get registered on the sex offender list. That's we were at a show, and we wouldn't have picked her if we knew she was 17, but we found out. So Drake finds out on stage, and then he's like, she's here, I might as well anyway. He gives her a kiss. That's it. That's all that happened. No one cared at the time, because people understand that some things are just not worth getting upset about. And yeah, that's not Jeffrey Epstein. Because people keep trying to compare him to Jeffrey Epstein because he texted Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish about the entertainment industry, which they were new to. He was giving them advice. And when he was 23, he kissed a 17-year-old on stage. So they're calling him Jeffrey Epstein because of that, which is insane, dude. So you can see, I remember when I was in high school. In high school, I knew a lot of girls in high school who were dating guys who were in like varsity and stuff. Should that be allowed? No, but come on, like, it's the selective outrage is crazy that people are having right now. The selective outrage people have is nuts. Y'all will let all this other stuff slide and you'll act like it's not a big deal, but then here for this specific person who you don't like, you pretend to care about this issue more than you actually do, just so you can see him, I don't know, go to jail or something, which is crazy. Wow, it's 30 minutes already. So Drake needs to drop another hit just to get ahead of all this and drain the get. What am I trying to say? Remove the momentum from the Kendrick song, the Not High Cut song, which is just all about accusing him from the middle. It's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate position to be in. Yeah, he needs to drop a banger, dude, to dead that noise. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will continue to update you until this thing is over. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this whole thing, and I want to see how it ends. I hope Drizzy wins. I have faith that he'll win. I think he's smarter than Kendrick. I think he's better than Kendrick. And I think Kendrick's hatred, his unnecessary hatred towards Drake. There was someone posted it in 2018 when Kendrick's album was doing well. Drake said congratulations. He literally posted under Kendrick's post. He commented under Kendrick's post saying congratulations, it's great to see our music doing well. And then Kendrick released a song shortly after, which was part of the Black Panther album, saying stop congratulating me, I don't like you. Basically, that's what you're saying. Which is like, why you like this, Kendrick? Well, so Drake has tried multiple times in the past to reach out to Kendrick, and apparently Kendrick was supposed to be on first person shooter, that Drake actually offered him to be on the song, and Kendrick said no. And then Kendrick heard the song and they were talking about, him and Drake were basically talking about we're the best, and Kendrick didn't like that, so he dissed Drake. That's the rumor going around. People close to the situation. So Kendrick has always shown that he's this anti-social guy, at least when it comes to Drake. For some reason, he just hates Drake, bro. Even though Drake brought Kendrick on his first tour, he gave Kendrick such an amazing opportunity. Kendrick himself said, I was doing shows with 1,000 people in a room when Drake brought me on tour. Now I was being exposed to like 15,000 people in a room and more. Drake brought Kendrick on his first European tour, exposing him to hundreds of thousands of people every show. But yeah, Kendrick has nothing but bad things to say about Drizzy. It's insane. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Dear Father God, thank you for this individual watching this right now. Thank you for making them whole, unique, and guiding them on a path towards peace, prosperity, and purpose. Thank you for blessing this person with other people in life who love them, take care of them, bring the absolute best out of them. Thank you for maintaining the ones that do that to do the same thing. Thank you for blessing this person with the spirit of gratitude so they can give thanks for all the wonderful things in life. And by giving thanks, they can find peace, contentment, and attract more blessings. Let your presence be felt in this person's life so they know that you're God, that you love them, and you're always going to be there for them. Good health, long life, and happiness for this person. Never to care about money. I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. 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 Amen.